A balanced market is 3 to 6 months worth of inventory. So there's plenty of time for a buyer to take a look at it. We thought we'd be seeing that in the fourth quarter this year, but so far we're not seeing it in all zip codes. So real estate is hyper local. Make sure that you have professional advice, local experts giving you advice, because you start comparing to what's going on nationally, and that's not indicative of what's happening on the Monterey Peninsula. And each little micro market on the Monterey Peninsula is different. Hello, we're going to take a look at the market snapshot of the zip code 93940. I'm going to show you on the map where that is, Monterey, California. And it is going to be a comparison of the average of the listings on multiple listing for October 2022 compared to the 3 months before. July, August, September are going to be averaged together, and we'll show you the trends of what's going on in the marketplace, because it's important you know what's behind the numbers when people start throwing out what are the stats, what's the market doing, what are the important statistics for you to know as a buyer or as a seller. So let's take a look. I'm going to, first of all, show you behind me. This is a market snapshot. I'm going to take you to the map. So I'll go up in the corner here and I'll show you the map of 93940. So that's interesting, because the layers that are here are going to show you that this is New Monterey. This is the area around the Presidio of Monterey, around the bay. Here is Delray Oaks, which is its own little incorporated city, but it is a 93940 postal code. This has some unincorporated areas to it, and then along the Salinas Monterey Highway, you've got some newer developments and some gated communities. This is Hidden Hills up Laurel's Grade, but these are all in 93940. So we're going to be comparing these properties in the different neighborhoods so you have an idea of what it is that that zip code includes. But first, I'm going to take you from a high vantage point. Monterey Bay is approximately 25 miles from Santa Cruz to Pacific Grove, and about 45 miles if you drive around this way. Out in the bay is this huge canyon. It's 2 miles deep, twice the depth of the Grand Canyon, and it serves as two things. One is a cooling thermostat, but also it keeps the water relatively cold because of the upwelling of the cold water from the depths up to the shoreline. And here in Moss Landing, we've got a lot of marine biology that goes out and studies this marine sanctuary that we call Monterey Bay. So that's the surrounding areas and kind of the vantage point. Monterey is on the inside here of the harbor. This is where our Fisherman's Wharf is, and that was when the early Spanish settlers first landed. Winipro Serra gave the first Spanish Catholic Mass right here, and he established the first cathedral here with San Carlos Cathedral, which is the oldest continuously used church in the Western United States. And then later they moved down here to Carmel, where the Carmel Mission is. They were saying that the Presidio of Monterey, which is right here, was a difficult influence for the young maidens. Also, there were some legends of pirates up in Santa Cruz coming across, and there was just a good reason to move over here. Plus, it had lots of fresh water. It was great. But the Presidio of Monterey is still there, and around it is an area called New Monterey, and that shows you what some of these prices are. 1.1 million for a sold. This one is actually $4 million. Let's take a look at why that is $4 million here. It's huge on an 18,000 square foot lot, 4,800 square feet. It's been on the market for 775 days. That's interesting. And they haven't affected the price. But this is by far the most expensive home in the New Monterey area. And you can see that it's a classic old home. It looks like it was built 111 years ago. It's been upgraded. But that's not typical of the area. And as we go back to the map, we'll show you that in New Monterey, you have 1,600,000, a million, 1,500,000, 1.1, 895 here. We'll take a look at this. This is a tiny little one bedroom, and we can see what that one has to offer. And it's been all dolled up. That one bedroom is tiny, but look at how cute that is. But no garage, no yard. It's 490 square feet on a 2,296 square foot lot. So this area here in New Monterey, why is it called New Monterey? Well, because Old Monterey was established as a Spanish colony. Pacific Grove was established in the 1880s, 90s, and 1900 by a Methodist group. And in between was kind of this open space, and it wasn't added about 100 years ago, but still it was New Monterey because Monterey is over 250 years old. So that's that's that area called New Monterey. You've got areas up here, Skyline Forest, where you've got homes that are 1.2, 1.5. Here's one that sold for $1,362,000, one that sold for $1,550,000. Let's take, and that's down in an area that is closer to Toyon Heights. But let's see what sold here. And this is in the upper area by Skyline Forest, and that's what you can buy for $1,300,000 in that forested area of Monterey. This looks like it's pretty much original, but nicely kept and cleaned up. And that one was built in 1963, 1,856 square feet. And that one sold in October. It was listed for $1,400,000 and it sold for $1,362,000. So that gives you an example of what can be purchased on that western rim overlooking all of Monterey Bay. Go back to the map and we get down into the area. This is the central part of the commercial district of Monterey. And here is a beautiful old Spanish house. This is, we're seeing, it's not horribly big. It's 2,300 square feet. It's 3 bedroom, 3 bath. But what's remarkable is it was built 205 years ago, and it's been beautifully upgraded, beautiful grounds. This is a rare find to be able to have a original Spanish era adobe that is on several acres. Let's see, it is on 4 acres. So that is an unusual property. It's 3.75 more expensive than most, but it really does have a uniqueness to it, very historical. So now we'll go back to the map and take a look at what we have here in some of these other areas. And we've got a property that is in an area that's on the hillside, some views, and we'll take a look to see what they have to offer here. And look at that. So it looks like they've obviously cleaned it up, ready for market, but it has original kitchens, it looks like. It looks like a lot of tile work and some new appliances. And it's got a large lot, and we'll take a look at some of the statistics. So it's a 3,000 square foot lot. I'm sorry, 12,000 square foot lot. So it's about a third of an acre to a quarter of an acre. And it's a 3,000 square foot home, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. And that one sold for, it's active for $2,150,000. It's been on the market for 49 days. So I'm going to take you back to the map, and I want to show you something. I want to make sure that something that you're aware of. Here's an unincorporated part of Monterey, surrounded by the city of Monterey. It's almost surrounded completely. Now, this property was on the market for 31 days, and it sold for a little less than list price at 1.9 million. And the square footage is large for Monterey compared to the average, which is the building is 3,700 square feet. The lot is about an acre. But look at this. It really does have a unique feel to it. It's like I'm heading back to Montana, cow country. But what a wonderful statement this home is. So that property also sold in October, and we're going to go back to the stats here in just a minute, but I want to go back to the map and take you out to the unincorporated part of Monterey, and this takes you to some of the gated communities that we have. And here is a property that gets us down the Mulholland. So this takes us up into Deer Flats area, and this gives you an idea of what is available there. This only lasted for, it's only been on the market for 3 days. So it's $1,949,000. It's larger than average home in Monterey. The average home is about 1,500 square feet for in town, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. So it gives you an idea of what $2 million buys you in Deer Flats. It's the asking price. Now we'll go back to the map, and I will take you further out, Highway 68. We've got an area that is called Pasadena. That is a gated community. It has a Monterey postal code, but it's unincorporated. It has a country club, a golf course, larger homes. This one is 3,400 square feet. The lot is 8,700 square feet. And you can see that these are a mixture of custom homes and golf course villas. And this gives you a feel for what the look is. These were built between 10 and 20 years ago, and you've got modern amenities throughout. This house was built in 2003, and this is on a little cul-de-sac that is shared with other like villas. So we'll go back to the map, and I'll take you up to an area here called Hidden Hills, Bay Ridge, and these are all green, so they're active. The red ones are the ones that are sold, and we'll take you up here to see what a property up on Laurel Square in the Monterey postal code looks like, and this gives you a feel for what is available in that neighborhood. So let's go back to the list so that you can get an idea of what we're looking at here. So we've got 26 homes that are in the zip code 93940, which includes Monterey, unincorporated Monterey, Delray Oaks, and the gated communities of Bay Ridge and Pasadena. We've got right now active contention. What is that? That means that it can be shown, but it's in contract and only backup offers. So the buyers are still trying to get appraisals, loans, inspections together. And then pending, there are 2 pending. So these will be closing in November, possibly December. And in the month of October, it looks like we had 15 or so close, and we'll look at these stats to get a feel for what's going on. So 26 that are active, 7 that are contingent, 2 that are pending, 16 that sold. And the average price in that zip code is $1,350,000. Average days on market was 19. And you've got the average close price of $1,325,000. But let's go ahead and take a look at those stats again. So we've got average sales price of $1,000,032. That's down 8% from what the average was from the 3 months before. The sales price to list price ratio is 98%. That's down from 3%. But there's something that you need to remember about this statistic. It's the sales price that the property had been at the time it went into escrow. So if that was the original price, that's one thing. But if it has been dropped by 8%, and now the list price ratio is 3% below that lowered price, now you're looking at 1% less. So those are things that you need to be sure that you're taking a look at when you're making judgments based upon what the percentage of ratio is. Make sure it's the original list price that you're aware of, so you can compare it to what the final sales price was, especially a house that's been on the market for over 100 days, let's say. Now we've got 16 properties that sold in the month of October. And we have 15 properties that are for sale. That means we have less than 1 month's supply of inventory. Well, what's holding these prices up? That's it right there. We don't have enough inventory. A balanced market is 3 to 6 months worth of inventory. So there's plenty of time for a buyer to take a look at it. We thought we'd be seeing that in the fourth quarter this year, but so far we're not seeing it in all zip codes. So real estate is hyper local. Make sure that you have professional advice, local experts giving you advice, because you start comparing to what's going on nationally, and that's not indicative of what's happening on the Monterey Peninsula. And each little micro market on the Monterey Peninsula is different. We have a lot of interest coming from the Silicon Valley and San Francisco Bay Area to the Monterey Peninsula, especially since you can work from home more. That means that our prices are being forced up because we don't have enough inventory, and we are relatively no growth areas. So there's just not that much inventory available. So we're still short of supply. Now this 1 month supply in 93940, that's about as low as it got. I mean, we may have had it half a month supply, but this is really short inventory for a market. So that snapshot is something that you need to look at. There might be other reasons why sellers aren't willing to put their house on the market, because maybe they don't want to give up their 2.75% interest rate for a purchase that might be in the 7% range for 30-year fixed, or in the 5 or 6% range for some of these 5-year option arms where you're fixed for 5 years and then it goes variable. But remember, there are programs available, and sometimes you can get sellers to cooperate with paying down your interest rate with 1 or 2% consideration. That's good for the seller. That's good for the buyer. So those are all things that your local expert can help you with. I'm William Smith with the William Smith Lecture Group, wanting to put my team to work for you. So give us a call if you have a question, or direct message me, and we'll get your answers quickly. Thank you very much.